Hey y'all, it's me, Cherry, and look, we are back with Our Life Now and Forever, the demo, of course. I still cannot get over the fact that it lets me put like a music note as the game icon. You probably can't see it, but like on my screen, the game icon is a treble clef, and I love it. Okay, so we're going to continue. Wait a second. What? Wait a second. Loads. Let me just double check. Oh! So that's genuinely where I was. Oh wait, had I chosen my dynamic? I'm gonna check. We're gonna check. Yes, I had. Okay. Right. Okay. So we already got that. Cool. Oh, okay, so... Wait. So now I can choose, like, clothes? Wait, I can change my clothes? Okay. Bet. I love that. Okay. Let's do it. Let's see, hair. Hey. Okay. This is the front. Filters. Back hair. Ooh, let's do this bun. And then there's the neck accessories. I love that. So these are overlayers. What? I like that. Should we wear like a hoodie? No, we're not gonna wear a hoodie. No, this girl is a queen. She needs to dress like one. Okay, earrings. I love that. We're gonna keep her bandage because it's cute. I love it. Okay, special layers. Let's look at that. Oh, they're little cultures. I forgot about that. I forgot that they were about like all the cultures. Okay, we're gonna just choose a new top. But I don't like the colors for the tops. Oh wait, right, we can change the colors. I forgot. I'm so silly. Yes! Yes! That's beautiful! Oh my gosh. We can literally like... Okay, but I want to choose like the color combo because like I love green and pink. But it has yellow. Ugh, it's fine. I'll go with red. We'll go for an all together bit. Yes. Okay, cool. But your second day had only just arrived. Only one corner of the world outside the window had any sunlight, the rest were shadows. The lights in the house had to be turned on for you to see your own hands. You loved when it was early. Your mama had to work really hard to get you up. You didn't mind that. You thought it should be criminal to make people get up this early. I'm gonna say my mama had to work really hard to get me up. You did your best to stay asleep, but lost the battle that morning. At least she didn't start making you do chores. The unpacking wouldn't be started again until a lot later. That's what your mama said when you were brushing your teeth. For now, you both only had what was already out. The food around to eat was still the same stuff from yesterday. It was what you had for breakfast already, and you could see your mama packing it into a brown paper bag for lunch too. That was the last of the preparations she had to do for your school. You were pretty sure. Your mama really wanted to be the one to get your supplies for you for the day together. She'd put stacks of stapled papers, a notebook, your pencil case, a ruler, and more into your backpack. Mama had kept the pack on the middle seat of the car to make sure it would be right there when it was time to use it for class. If it had gone missing, maybe you would have had to carry your school stuff in a cardboard box, the same way you had to bring everything else you owned to this place in big boxes. You watched her from your comfy spot on your sleeping bag. You'd already gotten dressed for the day, but that didn't mean you couldn't sit in bed again. There wasn't anywhere else to. Soon you'd be leaving the new old house, and the neighborhood, and all the parts of Golden Grove you've gotten to see so far. The next stop into the unknown was North Acres Elementary School. You tried to imagine what it'd be like, but school thoughts were shaken out of your head when a muffled thumping sound filled up the air. Mama slowly lowered her hands down to the counter, and at the same time, her head and eyebrows went up. Guests? Already? At this hour? Your mama left your lunch bag incomplete on the tabletop and went to investigate the knocking. You got up to see too. You ran to stick by your mama's side. You dashed forward to beat your mama to open the door. You stayed sitting in your sleeping bag. You got up to your feet while calling your mama. Mama, can I answer it? You pressed your hands into the shiny, stuffed bedding underneath you as you leaned forward to get off the floor. You got a reply before you'd finished standing. Yes, you may. You went over and joined Mama at the start of the entryway where she waited for you. You reached up to get both your hands around the long handle of the front door, pressing it down and giving the stiff board a firm tug. It squeaked open. You glanced ahead, squinting your eyes to adjust from the complete brightness inside to the pale dawn outside. Standing tall on the welcome mat, you saw seeming totally at home at your home was the new friend you had met the day before, Mr. Shaolin. I'm so sorry, guys. Even with dyslexia safe text, it's still hard for me. Xiao's fluffy hood was tucked snugly around his head. He didn't usually do that, at least based on how much you knew what was usual for him. Maybe it was because the air was somehow even more skin-prickling cold in the morning than it was during the day or evening. You shuddered just from the wind coming in through the opening. When he caught sight of you there, a twinkling grin took over his face. He popped onto the balls of his feet, getting even taller, and cheered a greeting. Good morning! Seeing who it was, you scooped past your mama to stand with Xiao on the porch. Enthusiastically shoved past your mama to stand by Xiao on the porch. Nervously shifted behind your mama. Started in place, then dove to hide behind your mom's legs. See, they agreed the guest stood in place, wondering if it was too late to go back into the living room. I think I'm gonna enthusiastically shove. Xiao laughed openly, completely pleased that you'd come over to him. He mirrored your move so that he was facing you instead of Mama. Hi, hello, good morning to you. You're visiting me? You said amazed. You're visiting me? You said confused. Thanks for coming to my house. Page 2. What are you doing here? You asked, accusingly. What are you doing here? You asked, curiously. You went excitedly. You quietly waited for an explanation. You went bashfully. I think what are you doing here is a thing. I have plans. Xiao stayed put in the new place he took, but angled his head up and over to give his focus on your mama. I'm Mr. Shaolin. I'm your neighbor, and the same age as Miss Cherry Fair, and the two of us met yesterday. Ah, yes, I've heard. I've been anticipating getting to meet you, and those feelings were well placed. You're so polite. Wait, what did I say? Oh no! Xiao straightened out the line of his bandana with both hands, giggling cheekily as he made direct eye contact with you. Well, if somebody has been talking about me, I hope it was the good stuff. Now, I should introduce myself as well. I'm Miss Cherry Fair, Cherry's mother. I don't remember what I put! Oh my gosh, no, this is why. This is why we don't, stop games for so long. Dude. Ugh. Okay, wait. Let me see. I'm trying to, be, sneakily looking at my previous save on my phone. What did I choose? What did I? Ah. I took so long, dude. It took me 10 minutes to decide on Chow. Did I pick crushes? I went with crushes. Okay. That makes a lot more sense then. I think. Okay. Now I should introduce myself as well. I'm Miss Cherry Fair's mother. It's nice to meet you. May I speak with Cherry, Miss Fair? There's something I want to talk to her about. Thoughtfully, your mama's glance drifted down to you. Without looking back at him, your mama replied, That would be fine. I'll finish getting your bag ready, Cherry. You two can chat. So yeah, I did pick it. Xiao clasped his hands together primly. Thank you very much. Mama left a content smile rest on her face as she walked back inside the house, leaving you alone with Xiao. You looked back at him eagerly. It was only the morning, and something good was already happening. What did you want to say? Oh my gosh, my little character in the corner! Ah! Xiao didn't beat around the bush with you. He probably didn't with anyone. He came right out with what he had in mind. Want to walk to school together? It's the first day. He squared his shoulders and held out a hand, counting off points on his fingers. We're going to the same place, in the same grade. There's a good chance we'll even be in the same class. Going together would make everything so easy. He gave a nod of agreement. Yeah, okay. Thank you. You're so nice. Only if you're sure. No thanks. But what about, what's her name? Tamarack. I'm sorry. You shook your head in disagreement. But that's just easier for me. What's in it for you? I don't need your help. You don't have to help me. You stare at him with wide eyes. Yeah! right? Oh my gosh, the little things on the sides. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, I fangirl over this game every time. I forget how much I love this game. He popped an enthusiastic double thumbs up. Aww! And guess what else is a reason for why we should walk together? What? His gaze got sharper, but it didn't feel scary at all. The gaze was like a fancy cut jewel rather than a pointy weapon. It's 'cause I want you to be there. Ooh! He wanted you to hang out with him? So, yep, I think it makes a lot of sense that we'd go together. With his hands in his pockets, Xiao shifted the whole top half of his body diagonally over to one side. The tilt of his head really showed off the bend in his self-pleased smile. Oh! He flung an arm back out and arched the fingers across the air in front of both of your faces. It might have been to stop you before you could say anything, or to keep himself from forgetting whatever else he wanted to talk about. And it wouldn't be just us. I'm going to keep going down the cul-de-sac to Granny's house so I can ask Tamarack next. So that's it. What do you think about all three of us walking together? It's a good plan, right? Yeah, that does make sense. I'll come. That's a great idea. I want to go. I'll come. To shock you have smart ideas sometimes, you say teasingly. Sure, I guess. Though you wish you could have gone alone with Xiao. No, you would change your mind. You nodded in agreement. You shook your head. You had changed your mind. I'm gonna be teasing, because that's what I picked. Because I pay attention, and I remember things. More like all the time. You swung your hands behind you and spoke out again. I'll get my backpack and tell Mama we're going. The sparkles! Cool. I'll wait here for you. And look, this art style, I'm in love with it. You parted with Xiao for a second, but didn't bother closing the door. The sound of your feet against the floor was the only noise in this huge house. You couldn't have snuck up on your mama if you tried. Each step you took brought you closer, and it made the smile of her face grow larger, but she didn't get distracted from her job. Her gaze stayed stuck to the counter. Mama placed one more paper into your backpack and snapped the plastic clasp on the top flap closed. With that secure, she promptly picked up the bag by the loop handle. Let me take a drink real quick. Refreshing. She lowered herself down to your height by bending her knees low. Then she offered the backpack over to you. Exceptional timing, dear. Here, you're set to go. It was nice and light when you took the pack from her. That wouldn't last. Soon you'd have actual school books to bring around with you. That is so real. What happened with our guest? Did he leave? You answered the question while looping one arm after the other into the wide openings of your backpack straps. He's out there still. Xiao wants me to walk to school with him. Can I go? You shifted your grip to the dangling ends of the armbands, then gave them a swift tug to tighten the straps, fully securing the bag against you. He came over to ask you that? Talk about convenient. The young Mr. Lin must know the way far better than I do. You certainly can walk together. Yay! That was exactly what you thought she'd say. You could count on her to understand. As she smiled, her face lit up softly like the early morning sunshine outside. Mama pinched the chip of your chin between her thumb and her pointer finger. Enjoy your first day! There's only one of them per year. It feels like she's also telling me that as as the author telling me that too. I kind of like that. She was right. This was your school year in a brand new town, Anything could happen for all you knew. It was an adventure, and you would be ready for it. Through the open door, you could see Xiao waiting patiently on your porch still. He turned his back to the house instead of looking around the neighborhood. You came to his side, and that caught his attention. Ah! Return to game, return to game! But his gaze didn't go to yours. It went right to the backpack you had on. Xiao grinned hopefully. I told Mama. It's okay. He smacked his hands together enthusiastically. Alright, time to go. You know, Cherry, it's been forever since I've gotten to walk to school with a friend. A teeny tiny yell popped out of you, partly because of what he said and partly because your knees smacked together when he'd said that. He said you were friends! It only happened a second ago, but it replayed in your head and made your stomach feel fluttery. You were friends. I'm glad we're friends. Me too, Xiao. This is great. You really think we're friends? Xiao, thanks for being my friend. I knew you liked me, you joked. You didn't know what to say. I'm saying this one. A smirk went across his whole face. Xiao was full of certainty. And I do. And I knew that you liked me. He easily swiveled all the way around on his heels. He firmly planted his feet into the floorboards of the porch to close out his move. Then he confidently strode forward and leapt over the steps to get onto the ground. Xiao had places to be, and nothing was going to stand in his way. Okay, I'm going to save it right here. Save. Where am I going to save at? Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. No. I thought I was putting a little bookmark on it, and then I realized that that's how you do the saves. Okay. I love y'all, and I will see you later. Cherry out.